Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980. and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And we're off on a rolling start. It's September, and the leaves come down and all. But the good news is they're going to come back in a few months. I'm very fortunate. We still have a lot of leaves up there. It's such a delight to be in Michigan at this time of the year. And I hope you're enjoying it. And although unless you're a snowbird, you can mentally prepare, there's going to be another S to deal with. And the truth is that snow can be looked upon as being a deterrent in getting around. A lot of my friends who love skiing and snowboarding are delighted. So everybody at one point has an opportunity to get what they like most. The bright side of aging is intended to bring out the positive aspects of aging. And one of the things that I always stress at any of the seminars I do is that rather than bemoaning what you don't have, enjoy right now what you do have. And unfortunately, people that were around that are no longer around thrill and actually digest, so to speak, the wonderful times that you had with them. That stays with you forever. I am so pleased that in the process of putting on this program, I've had a chance to meet so many interesting, dynamic people. And one of the most interesting and dynamic people that I regard as a real true friend is Dr. Andre Lee. Dr. Andre Lee was the administrator of the Highland Park General Hospital. And when they closed, rather than, as I mentioned, bemoaning what they don't have, he said, hey, I'm pretty knowledgeable about the healthcare field. I'll go off on my own. It's one of the greatest opportunities for Dr. Lee that could have come along without really his planning it that way. Dr. Lee started a positive aspect of how he can help seniors grow gracefully and in good health. And guess what? He not only talked the walk, he decided to start Leeway Health Education Foundation, where you promote different ways that you truly can enjoy life. And I'm so pleased that Dr. Andre Lee has called in and for us to catch up on some of his activities. Hello, Dr. Andre Lee.
Good morning. On Labor Day, I'm laboring on Labor Day. That's what I'm doing.
Well, Labor Day was actually, misnamed in my opinion. It's Laborless Day, but
now that's
beside the point. And the truth of it is that the way the world is going, I find it so interesting. We're talking about artificial intelligence, of course, and the internet, and we got the webinars and all. We can be literally connected technology-wise without actually being together. But guess what? The heart and soul of our society is labor. You can't do anything if your electricity goes out with a cell phone. You need electricians. You need carpenters. You need plumbers. So the good news is, no matter how fancy dancy our whole labor situation has actually been improved. And in fact, in my opinion, one of the big mistakes a lot of people make in terms of the whole aspect of technology is that they've lost the joy of interactive human being to human being connection. And one of the best presenters of the benefits of technology was given by a fellow that in my earlier days when I was practicing pharmacy actively and computers just came in, all the pharmacists were scrounging around. Wow, we don't have to really count pills like we used to. We don't have to keep writing everything down like we used to. We got technology that can pick up on it, and we were hunting for good computer systems. And there were so many out there, and it was confusing. But this one guy that we decided to go with, and he got most of the drugstores in Michigan, was his philosophy was, hey, I want to come in with technology that will help you be more efficient in what you are already doing. And we bought that system because most people make a mistake. Just because what you were doing one way, suddenly technology comes in and takes you off the usual track. Don't go on that track. Get that computer system or technology to work for you. But that's a whole separate topic that we can discuss in the future. The reason I'm glad you called in is because people that want to stay in that human being to human being connection and really live life in as healthy a way as possible, you've introduced your Leeway Health Education Foundation. Tell us, what was the actual origin of one day Dr. Lee gets up and says, hey, I'm going to start a foundation. How did you come up with Leeway Health Foundation?
Well, my purpose was I thought the big weakness in healthcare organizations trying to provide services to the community was that they didn't communicate very well or very often with the people, the customers. And as a result, back in that time, technology, computers weren't as evolved as they are now. We were all in amazement at the launch of the so-called web. Everybody had a web page. But the web page required everybody to come to the web page and navigate it. And we thought that was great. But very few people actually ever came to the web page, So then it started evolving where you could reach out to the community with electronic digital newsletters and so forth. And that was a little less expensive than printing a newsletter and sending it out. I think I saw then the opportunity as it continued to evolve to come up with ways to reach out to the community. So I was just amazed that many of organizations, even today, don't send out digital newsletters and ones that really resonates with the reader. Most of them are very technical, very professionally oriented, if you want, and so people don't really pay much attention to them. However, now with the advent of game shows, and there's now software programs that allow you to interact and get people to interact. You can use your cell phone and participate. I mean, gosh, you can't imagine the fun people have now in learning. Okay,
right?
You take that. Yeah, and the things you just described in terms of a good, healthy lifestyle, particularly for the elderly, which is your favorite topic. There are many, many things, and us elderly are not as elderly and frail as people like to think we are. I don't walk around with a crutch or anything. I imagine one day I will, but I still don't. I still want to remain independent.
Right.
So
now. You actually can now, with technology, have the best of both worlds, and that's part of the reason that I'm so pleased that we can work together, is that if anyone listening belongs to an organization where they want to enjoy each other's company and also learn, with technology, you can do your game shows on a screen, whereby locally you could have a facilitator interact with what's on the screen and actually have a game like Jeopardy. Is that correct?
Absolutely. All kinds of game formats. Jeopardy, Family Feud, tic-tac-toe, Hollywood Squares, you name it. You could do it. And nowadays, if you look on television, there's all kinds of new game formats, the floor, the wall. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do and digitally, and you can involve a lot more people. I can hold a game show right now and have 50 participants, 50, and it keeps score of everybody, so that at the end of, say, 25 questions, it ranks everybody based on your level of participation, how fast you participated, and come up with a score saying who was first, second, and third. You can't beat that. You can't, and they all have fun doing it. Yeah.
And also, for the nonprofit organizations, if they're looking for, as I like to call it, fun fundraising, you can visualize, having people that you may not know that well in your organization sitting alongside each other, and you can break out in groups and really have the same joy that instead of just bingo, and I don't knock bingo, it's a great way of having fun and earning a few bucks if you win. But here you actually win knowledge and have the same joy of bingo. And as I like to say, you walk out smarter than you walked in. And the truth of it is, and I said this before, Walt Disney was once quoted, before he passed away, he actually started the foundation, and may still be going on, where he was trying to educate young people with cartoons and fun type of movies. So that's similar to what you see on the Channel 56 or the public broadcasting station. In other words, you can learn and also enjoy each other. Plus, I don't want to get off track on it, but friendship is so important as you age, because as you age, unfortunately, you lose so many close friends. So rather than spending your days bemoaning who is not around, why not make new friends? And your foundation is really a great way of having that happen, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
In fact, while you were in Michigan, I certainly miss your presence, and so does our governor that you're in Tennessee, but that's okay. I'll forgive you. We can still stay in touch. And as far as anyone that's interested, please call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8980. We could set up a program in your church or your organization. I know I'm trying to implement that at the Caustic Senior Center in Farmington Hills, which is 11 Mile and Middlebelt. In fact, the second Wednesday of each month, we plan 11 to 12. We have what we call our new friends group, and we could incorporate that as part of our meetings. If you're interested in joining us, we also have a door prize drawing for a free lunch. If you show up at the Caustic Senior Center, which is at 28600 West 11 Mile Road, Farmington Hills, that's 11 Mile and Middlebelt. Yeah, from 11 to 12, we get a chance to know each other and maybe incorporate part of Dr. Lee's questions. And if you'd like to do that at your church as well, we could make that happen. I just wondered if there was any other thoughts that you had that I may not have covered about your passion for Leeway L Foundation. Is there anything I did not ask you that you would like for me to have asked?
No. I think if people want to have We have a variety of game shows, but if they want to call us, tell us which kind of show appeals to you, we'll structure something, and we can have a good hour and a half, 2 hours worth of fun for your constituents, and in a very economical way. And if you want to use it as a fundraiser, let's discuss it. We can even do that.
Right. Wow. Sounds terrific. I really look forward to talking to you again soon and find out the progress of some of the stuff you're doing, because you're always doing good stuff. God bless you, Dr. Lee. Right now,
that is what I do.
I got to take a brief break, and we'll be right back.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW, stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all. Just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity.
Seminars on so many situations where I ask the audience their opinion. What is it that they feel is most important in their life? Invariably, of course, is maintaining good health, which is vital because as we age, unfortunately, our body also ages more faster than we'd like. In fact, I had a very interesting discussion with a few of my, I like to call them not elderly people, but seasoned people, about what they found different. And the truth of it is, almost everyone, if they're fortunate enough to have reasonably good health, suddenly comes to the realization that their mind is, still operating with that same desire and wanting different things, and when they're in their 30s, and now when they're in their 70s and their 80s, the body can't keep up with that. So how do you do that? How do you adjust to that? First thing is, as I like to say, adjust. In fact, the ABCs of a successful aging the first A is accept. Hey, we're older. Things just aren't the same as they used to. You can still do almost all of the same things, except it takes longer. And if you adapt to that, then you're not going to be as frustrated and say, I could, run around the block a couple of times and not really breathe that heavily. Now you walk around the block, okay? But you can still, if you're fortunate enough to be mobile, walk around the block. And if not, by the way, not to sound like a commercial, but one of my new sponsors is a Scoot and Go scooter that only weighs 44 pounds, that you can carry like a suitcase, folds. You can put it in your car. You don't need a ramp or anything. You can take it on the plane. And quite frankly, it's only $1,500, 1500. A lot of them end up being in the thousands, 2,000, 3,000. This, for 44 pounds, you can go to theaters, you can fold it going grocery shopping, and if you're not able to pick up the 44 pounds, we can have assistance doing that as well. We try to help you enjoy life. There's so many concerts that people, frankly, don't go to because it's too much of a burden for them to get there. So they want to be at the concert, but getting there and getting out of the parking lot and all is a whole ordeal. There are other mobile type products and daily living aids that I'm so proud to be promoting. Call us at 888-489-8980 anytime. And if you'd like to have a speaker at one of your organizational meetings, right now at the Costic Senior Center, we meet 11 to 12 every second Wednesday of the month. We have a door prize drawing, as I mentioned, for a free lunch. If you get there frequently enough, you're bound to have free lunches. All you got to do is call 888-489-8980. I've got some other stuff I'd like to talk about, but not today. I got to take my final remark before I leave, which is yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with a bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is IKE ENGELBAUM, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity.
And welcome. I always admire my last word on that radio spot about dignity. And we all want to be looked upon in a dignified way. And the truth of it is, I don't want to sound too commercial, but have you ever noticed how more people think of people that have money are more dignified than they are? And money is actually sort of the oil that keeps the world going. And I find it rather interesting. I don't know how far it's going to go, but in the news, it turns out that President Trump has actually started some sort of a partnership with one of the technology companies where they will get 10% involvement. So America was built on the whole system of capitalism, and the way that you can be looked upon as being dignified is that if you are not only self-sufficient but able to give back, then the world really is a much happier world for both you and whoever you help. We all have heard that great line that says, ideas. I got so many ideas. And the usual response is, ideas are a dime a dozen. But some people who are super talented not only when they have an idea or see someone that has a good idea, make it into a reality. And that is a special talent. And I am so pleased that Paul Angott, who has actually been an entrepreneur since, in fact, for most of his adult life, but he was named Entrepreneur of the Year in year 2011 in Michigan, and he got an honorary doctorate for a breast cancer tester, and he has had 44 patents. And I've had the privilege of hearing him present himself, and he, aside from being super talented, is so well connected that if you are out there bantering around about ideas, Paul Angott is the man that can help you get it to fruition. And I'm so pleased that Paul Angott has agreed to be our speaker on September the 25th. That's the last Thursday of this month, from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning at Scrambler's Restaurant, 12 Mile and Orchard Lake Road. And you can see the man and hear the man. And if you ain't impressed with him, you just haven't connected with the world. And I'm so pleased that he's taken some time from his busy schedule to call in. Hello, Paul Angott. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, hi. Good to talk to you.
Well, it's so wonderful that you're able to call in. And I mentioned that you have got a gift of not only helping people get the proper financing, but you have helped so many different people with different inventions. So what are some of your inventions?
Well, I developed wireless doorbells and wireless door chimes, wireless home security systems, wireless remote ceiling fan controls, wireless lamp dimmers, etc. We also developed a unmanned commercial lawnmower, unique breast cancer tester, among other things. And I have helped. I like helping other entrepreneurs. I used to teach a course called "I've Got This Great Invention. Now What Do I Do?" And I've been on radio and TV. So, and typically I don't ask for any money. I just, it's fun to give back. A lot of people help me, so it's kind of where I'm coming from.
Tell me, I don't want to throw you off track, but over the weekend they had an article about the security systems they had at Michigan State with the cameras and all. Do you have any thoughts on how that, what they have done can be improved on, or is there any insight that you have that I didn't get in reading about it?
I didn't read the article. We were up north. We have a place on the lake, and we had 12 of us, family and kids and grandkids, and
I see. All right, you had your own security issues.
Right.
I don't want to oversimplify things, but that is something that has frustrated the heck out of me, and that is that we now have the technology, and it's a shame that even around the schools that why isn't there a way of monitoring like this mentally disturbed guy at the school shot through from the outside? He didn't even go into the building. Isn't there ways that could have been anticipated? Well, now we know that it's not a matter of just having a guard at the front door, but how do you guard that whole system? Do you think in the future that we can indeed make a difference that way?
You can typically do anything. It's a matter of what it costs and how long it takes you to develop it, and what the real goals are and what you're willing to pay. Yeah, you can solve any problem if you put time and money on it, and there's no doubt about that. But there's a lot of things that you have to look at the risk, reward, and the benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
Now,
it's a solvable issue.
it's doable, but you need the monetary and you need the funds to make it happen. Now, what are some of the most recent inventions you had?
Well, currently we're developing a 14-foot by 48-foot mechanical patented scrolling billboard that dramatically improves profit. There's really only two types of billboards, Ike. There's digital and static. These are the main billboards on the side of our main roads and expressways. But digital are too expensive, and in 19 years, they've captured less than 5% of the market. Static just sit there, but they don't produce much profit. So you would take down a static billboard and put ours up, and you can improve profit from $15,000 a year to $82,000 a year with 1 year payback. So it's a gigantic market. It's a $6 billion market in the U.S. alone.
Wow.
So that's our current project that we're working on.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I've always been fascinated by these statistics. As the biggest problem that people say when they advertise is that the old line goes 50% of every dollar you spend on advertising is wasted. And the problem is you never know which 50% you wasted until you spent it already. And with the electronic billboards, is there some sort of a systematic way that you can actually monitor as to how successful that particular billboard is producing profit? Is there?
Yeah, actually there is. Like, in fact, we applied for I didn't mean to cut you off. We applied for a patent so that when you go by our billboard, there's a camera that would take a picture of your car. Let's say it's a red Chevy Blazer, all right, 1923. And then let's say that a mile down the road, you ran an ad for McDonald's. McDonald's is one of the biggest advertisers on billboards. So then we have cameras in the parking lot. So, for example, let's say the car goes by going 60 miles an hour. You know that in 1 minute you will go 1 mile. So we would put cameras in the parking lot, and we'd look for a red Blazer. That's a Chevrolet Blazer. And we could tell, we would say 1 minute plus or minus 10 seconds. So we would know that that car came into the parking lot, so we would know the effectiveness of the ad. And then if you want to change the colors or the verbiage, or if you want to have a breakfast special or lunch special or dinner special, we can do that because we scroll messages. Our billboard holds up to 12 ads. So, yeah, we could tell very accurately how effective the ads are and what percentage of people responded and came as a result of our ad.
Wow. Now, well, that sounds really unbelievable. Only in America, they say. Well, I'm sure now it's all over the world. But I still pride myself in being an American, and America still is at the forefront of so many great ideas and people, you included. I just wondered, who is your market? Who would you like to have the call, the phone rings? Who would you like to be at the other end? Who's your market?
Well, for the billboard, the market is Clear Channel, Out Front, Lamar, Adams Outdoor. Those are the four largest billboard companies, and we've talked to all four. In fact, we've talked to 85 billboard companies or billboard companies' offices, and 90% are interested in buying because you increase profit from $15,000 to $82,000, 1 year payback. I mean, and then every year for the next, our billboard will last up to 30 years. You're making an extra, $75,000 a year. So, in 10 years, that's $750,000 that you put into your pocket. So, kind of a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Right. Is there a ballpark figure that you can give, or is it too open-ended a question as to someone out there is in business? Should they invest in getting into electronic billboard? What sort of budget should they have?
Yeah. Well, we've worked on this for 8 years, and we've raised $3.5 million. We're raising our last final $250,000. But yeah, we're always looking for investors for this $250,000. It's potentially, we meet our numbers, it's 34-to-1 return. So on a $25,000 investment, which is our minimum, in 5 years you should get $850,000 on your $25,000 investment, plus about 10-to-1, about $250,000 over the next 5 years, and then at the end, the additional to take you to $850,000, the additional $600,000 when we sell the company. So yeah, that's a $25,000 minimum. But yeah, that's those are the projections for the scrolling billboard.
Is there any particular?
Not electronic. It's all mechanical. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, Hank.
Right. Now, you mentioned McDonald's. What other businesses do you think would benefit, aside from fast food chain? Of course, they're the kingpin. As I think they still are bigger than Burger King. They may be fighting. I don't know. But what other businesses have you found are the smaller scale type businesses that benefit from electronic billboards? Attorneys, I think I see quite a few of them. What sort of professions do you feel benefit most?
Well, first off, our billboard is not electronic. It's mechanical. It's like a window shade. It's 60% less expensive than an electronic billboard. It just does the same thing, only at 60% less cost, 1/10 electricity cost, and digital or banned in parts of 11 states. So it's dramatically different. Ours is mechanical. It's like a window shade. It's pieces of mylar that roll up and down. Now, going back to your question, 90% of the Fortune 500 companies use billboards because it's one of the most cost-effective ways to advertise. It's a fraction of the cost of radio, TV, and so forth. Warren Buffett, for example, says he's on a billboard, says, "I love billboards because you can't turn them off and you have to see them." Right? So, and I have a billboard with his name on it. It says Warren Buffett, and it says, "I love billboards." I can send it to you, Ike. But
right, well, that
Ford Motor Company and Total Healthcare, and I mean, a lot of companies, 90% of the Fortune 500 companies use billboards because it's more cost effective. It's in the range of $3 per thousand impressions. TV can be $25 or $30 per thousand impressions, and you can change channels. Or radio, $12 or $15 per thousand impressions, but you can change to another station. Whereas the billboard, when you're going by, you can't turn it off.
Right. You'd like to, but you can't. You can't. So tell me, without oversimplification, that anybody that's out there with the mechanical billboards isn't that a good target? Hey, why are you using this? Use an electronic the billboard. That way you'll be more effective. So isn't that a target for you? Or is it the customer that wants to get on a billboard type format? What's the low-hanging fruit customer?
Well, all we do is we sell the billboard to the billboard company out front, Lamar, Clear Channel. They find the customers, they do the installation, they pay for freight, they do all the heavy lifting. All we do is just sell them the billboard. It's a very clean model. Now, we also sell them the ad itself, the mylar. Mylar is the material, and we have them printed, but these are printed ads, Ike. So we sell them the ads as a convenience, and then we also have a warranty program. But the billboard companies, they take care of it. They go talk to McDonald's or Ford or Total Healthcare or Doug's Body Shop or whoever. They find the customers. They install the ads. They pay for freight. They do all the work. All we do is sell them the billboards. All right.
Wow. Yeah. See, now that's called true smart entrepreneuring. And now, what are some of the other projects that you have going?
Well, my favorite is I've developed a new breast cancer tester. My goal is to save 1 million lives, and it has nothing to do with money. 12 years ago, I raised $17 million for a breast cancer project, and we made some mistakes. Plus, we had a guy that wanted to kind of run things, and we ran it into the ground. We had testers at UCLA in California. We had them in University of Toledo, and we had okay results, not great results. Now, I've applied for a new patent. Now we use AI, and it's a different system, and that's a dramatically better infrared camera. So that's really my main project that I'd like to pursue. But I have other projects. I have a product called TextBlock. I've been starting to talk to Geico because it would absolutely prevent you from texting and driving, but would also do other things. It can tell you if you're drunk driving or driving impaired, falling asleep, and other stuff. In fact, if you stopped at the bar, it'll even tell you what bar later on and report back. And if it's a teenager, report back to your parents and say, "Hey, you were at Alibi Bar at 11:30, and then you're drunk driving."
Wow!
So,
wow! Yeah. I'm just curious. And this may be too open-ended a question, but when do you get your ideas? While you're at midnight? They say the most creative part of your brain usually is in that early morning when you get up. When have you found you have been able to come up with a new idea? Or is it 24 hours a day that your brain's clicking?
It's an excellent question, Ike. But yeah, it's surprising. It could be any 24 hours a day, but it's surprising how often I will wake up at 2, 3, 5 in the morning. I will get up at 5 in the morning. I have a pad of paper next to the bed, and I'll jot an idea, or sometimes I grab my laptop and I'll sketch it. But yeah, I get ideas off in the middle of the night, and wake up at 5 in the morning, and I find that because sometimes I'll miss some details of it. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. It's often sleeping in the middle of the night, or I'll present something, and a day or two later, I'll wake up in the middle of the night with an idea or an improvement.
You know, this may be way off tangent, but I collect a lot of trivia facts, and it's interesting. The great musician, performer Fats Domino, he had a piano next to his bed.
Yeah.
And he said that some of the greatest songs that he ever came up with were suddenly in the middle of the night. He'd get up and he started playing the piano. So fast forward to Paul Angott, 2025. He creates robotic type of ways of going ahead. If anyone wants to get a hold of you, Paul, what's the best way? How do you suggest?
Yeah, you can send me an email at pgangot@innovativebillboards.com or call me at 248-444-1492. I'm glad to help.
And of course, I like to give out my toll-free number, 888-489-8980. And I actually have got this sort of habit of words. I love words because let's face it, that's communication. And your name, Paul Angott, aside from P for payment, G for great, ANG stands for angel. Change your name to PG Angel, okay? You got it?
Got it.
Anyway, talk to you, and right. God bless you, and we'll stay in touch. Look forward to you speaking on September the 25th. Mark that down, folks, 8:30 in the morning at Scrambler's Restaurant. Thanks again. Right now, I want to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Don't you go away, folks.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And I always like at kibitz, as we say in certain circles, and that is that it's interesting how many times you can hear stuff, but you don't really listen. And the best definition I heard, and one of the reasons when you go to lectures that you don't really appreciate what was said, is that you didn't actually listen. You heard, but not listened. And I don't mind telling you, I'm probably one of the many thousand customers or clients of of Cruz Hearing. Felix Cruz put my hearing aids in, and actually, wonderful thing is that a lot of people in business and private life miss out on so much of each because they didn't hear so they could listen. And the sad part about it is some things are simple. Of course, Felix has he calls it a 2 free week drive. You can test out different hearing aids to see if it's for you. But one of the other things that he specializes in is cleaning out the earwax. We accumulate earwax, and to the point of where it actually defeats hearing almost totally. Oh, he only charges $75. That's it. Most of these other services are over $150, $200, $75. It's got 3 clinics in Farmington, also Waterford, and Taylor, Michigan. If you'd like an appointment, call me at 888-489-8980. Right now, I'd like to leave you with my favorite parting thought, that if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.